guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age, and 1 soon-to-be graduate. I am super excited because today I'm going to be sharing the brand new Erin Condren teacher planner with you guys. I have been using an Erin Condren teacher planner since 2015, I believe. In fact, it was my first video on YouTube way back in July of 2015, how to convert a teacher planner into a homeschool planner, and I have been doing that every year since. I am super excited. These will be on sale on Monday the 19th, and that is EC Insider launch day, and I think I'm saying this and now I'm questioning it, that there is going to be a 15% off discount for you guys on EC Insider launch day, that day only, as teacher appreciation. So I have opened my box, but I have not opened what is in the box. I have no idea what I've gotten. I'm hoping that it is the horizontal teacher planner, which is what I have been using. So let's see what we have in here. Okay guys, no accessories, but this is the beautiful teacher planner. It even comes with the ruler, which I don't remember it coming with the ruler last year, but here is that redesigned ruler from last year that works really well as a stencil or a bookmark or a straight edge, however you want to use it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that we can get into this beautiful planner, and I just love the books. Books are precious to me, and so I love this cover. Okay guys, so there is a lot of new, and I'm really excited to see it. I'm unsure how it's going to work for me as a homeschooler, and I have not actually seen any of the changes. I've heard about some of the changes through some information that Erin Condren sent me. They sent me this planner to preview with you guys. So we're going to walk through it together. You open it up, it does have the dashboard layout on the interior of the cover. I do not typically use this, but if you were going to use this, you should use like a Sharpie pen, and then you can use like an alcohol wipe or just alcohol on a cotton ball to wipe it off. Teacher lesson planner, horizontal layout with a July start. So let's open it up. This first section is the About Me and Events and Volunteers section. And this does look different. So this is what it looked like before. And you can see that I use it for curriculum and passwords, which I did not end up using this for passwords or family subjects because we didn't really have family subjects. So they have redesigned this section. I would still relabel this for curriculum and resources. Because I'm only planning for 2 next year, it's going to be a little bit different. I may only need it over here, so I would just cover some of this stuff. So you do have a little bit of the hexagon design up at the top, not a whole lot, and then just the normal color bars on here. I really like this. I like that they're giving you a lot more line space. I need lines for pretty much everything. And then you move into the communication log. And the way that I have used this since I first started getting this planner is a reading log for my kids, one section for Emma, and then in the graph pages section, I had it set up for both Jack and Lucy. I would list all of the books that they read on their own, as well as any read alouds that I did, and I would just designate whether or not it was them reading or it was a read aloud. Because we do a literature-based curriculum, that was definitely needed. Then you move into your mini monthly calendars, and I absolutely love this spread. I use this to plan out our homeschool year, figure out which weeks we're going to have off, kind of timing things. It's just so helpful to have this available. And I use, let me see if I can find them. This Too Cool for School or Cool for School sticker book edition 5. I don't know if they still have this available, but this is the one that has all of these little transparent circle stickers, and these ones have rose gold foil. And so I color code everything, days off, whether it's a vacation day, if it's a field trip day, conferences, monthly conferences, my planning days, all of that stuff. And I just keep buying a new one of these each year. They are coming out with a new sticker book this year, Too Cool for School edition 9, I think it is, and I'm not entirely sure what stickers are going to be in it. Again, I don't have any accessories to share with you because they did not have them available to ship out. So the most important part is this, but I absolutely love this section and I use it extensively throughout the year. Then this is going to be the first big change. I mean, the About Me section and events and volunteers sections have been streamlined a little bit, but this is the best for me. This is something that I have been asking for 4 years because I actually had to grab a different planner so I could show you. So this was last year's. This is the vertical from last year, the new vertical. And they always had the boxes January through December instead of July through June, which just made no sense to me because this planner starts in July. And so they finally took away the month labels. So I'm still going to be labeling it, but I don't have to cover anything up. There is a little bit of the hexagon design up at the top and it does fall behind these boxes. This is where I will plan out any bigger trips, or if we are doing Brave Writer resources, Brave Writer literature guides, I will list the books and kind of where I want us to be throughout the year in these boxes. I do it in pencil a lot of the time and I use a lot of sticky notes because it's not absolute. It's my hope as I'm going through the planning process. So I am so pleased about this change. Then the next change is that you don't have graph paper. So they've removed the graph paper and now they have 2 pages of bell schedule and 2 pages of spending summary. And so this is really interesting because I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put, oh, you know what? It'll actually work. This is actually going to work okay for me. The bell schedule, I have no use for. I do not need this. I mean, I guess that I could kind of map out what an ideal week would look like. And that I think is probably what I would do here is I would kind of time block. I would maybe label these as hours to sort of show where I want to be within the first semester and second semester. I think that is what I would use this for. I would probably put washi over the top here or some sort of stickers and relabel it as ideal schedule. And then I would have space for first semester and second semester. First semester, we don't really run on like a semester schedule, but we do tend to have the first half of our year goes from July through November, and then we break for winter break from Thanksgiving to New Year's, and then we start back up after New Year's through the end of our year, which is usually the middle of April. And so that does kind of work. In the fall, we're outside of the house a lot more than in the winter, just because of weather. So we try to take advantage of the beautiful fall weather in Maine. And in the winter, we're doing a lot more book work in the winter months. So I think that that is what I would use this for. So you could have either 16 hours or you could have 8 hours and with half-hour blocks of time, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I'm unsure how I would label the hours because some days our schedule is later in the day, some days it is earlier, but I think that's what I'm going to do with this. I will use it as kind of an ideal schedule. The same way that I come in and I time block my schedule in my planner, this is what I'm talking about. I would just time block to say what I'm hoping Mondays look like, what I'm hoping Tuesdays look like. And that would be really helpful because I can include things like my work calls and other things that we're doing, like our passion project day and our screen free day and all of that stuff. Alternatively, I could also have one for Jack and one for Lucy because they do kind of have different schedules. But most likely what I would do is I would block off the time where I am specifically working with Lucy, where I'm specifically working with Jack, and that's what I would do. Okay. At first, when I heard that they had replaced the graph pages with a bell schedule, I wasn't entirely sure what that would look like for me as a homeschooler. But now that I see it in front of me, I definitely think ideal weekly schedule with blocks of time that's definitely what I'm going to do. And then this spending summary, honestly, I probably should keep track of what I'm purchasing for homeschooling, and I do, because we buy a lot of curriculum every year, a lot of books, a lot of different resources, online classes, etc. But I will most likely use this as the second reading log, either for Jack or Lucy. I might do Lucy here, and then Jack here. Just, it seems like there's a little bit more space, although it's probably exactly the same. So you no longer have the graph pages. Then you get to your line pages, which I absolutely love all of the extra line space in here. In fact, you are going to have the option to add not just the checklist pages this year, which is what you normally are able to add. You're normally able to add in checklist pages at the end, but now you can also add in either more line pages or productivity pages. So that is really cool. I think that there is plenty of line space in here for my needs. I use this space for pre-planning. I use it for listing out curriculum ideas, all of that kind of stuff. And then you are moving into kind of the dashboard before the month. And this looks different to me as well. So I'm going to have to look and see. Okay, so it looks like number one, they've switched sides. So you have more of a structured dashboard on the left page to kind of coincide maybe with the life planner, whereas before you had a page and 2/3 of a page of line space and then just dates to remember. And now you still have the dates to remember, but you also have this section up here, maybe if you're doing a particular unit for the month of July, or there are specific focuses that you want to have, if there are specific things you want to do, maybe science resources that you need to buy or something like that, and then you still have the dates to remember. All right, you are still getting your quote up here, let yourself be perfectly imperfect. And I said this in my life planner preview video, I was unsure about the hexagon design when I saw it on the screen, but once I had it in person, I love it. I really, really do love it. And I think that while at first this is a little bit different because I'm used to just having so much line space, I do think that having some more structured sections is helpful. And I do really like this for more of a focus area. Let me grab my life planner. This is the bouquet design, so it's going to be a little bit different with the colors. Let's see. But this is new this year, how they have their dashboard layout. So this section right here, I always use for my focus areas because they have had this in the past several years. It's just been on a different page. So this section, I have a focus for each week. And so in the teacher planner, I would have my monthly focus or the unit that we're focusing on or a particular time period that we're studying in history, all of that kind of stuff. Then you move into your July monthly calendar. There are no holidays printed in here, and guys, I'm just gonna cross my fingers that they included stickers. Yes, they do. Okay. I know that they have backed way off from the number of accessories that they are launching, and I was a little concerned that they would not have the stickers for the holidays, but I love that. They took out the holidays, I don't know, a while ago, and they started including a sticker sheet with the holidays, and I absolutely love that. I think that it's so customizable for every single person, you know, depending on which holidays you participate in or celebrate, or if you're a teacher that your school observes. So having that ability to just put in the holidays that are important to you, so helpful. It is a typical Sunday start calendar. You have your notes section over here. You have your mini monthly calendar on the side here, so you can kind of look ahead, which I appreciate because I'm always looking ahead, how many weeks we have until our next break, or if there's something specific on the schedule and I just am able to glance at this instead of flipping ahead. You have your notes section here, really, really pretty. The colors are going to be the same. It's going to be very similar design as the hexagon life planner. I had to grab grab it. So here is the life planner. The only difference is that this has holidays and the mini monthly calendar, and obviously this is an 8.5 by 11 instead of a 7 by 9. And then you move into your weekly planning pages, and you will see the next change is that instead of having the notes section over here, now you have just another place for another subject. So the way that it worked before is that you would have this note section over here, and I separate mine into 2 for Emma, 1 for the combined subject that they were doing, 2 for Jack, and I was actually using 2 for Lucy as we got along in the year. But you can see a blank page here. That'll probably be a little bit easier than looking at my lesson plans. You no longer have this note section, but I was actually using it as an extra section because of just how my planning went this year. Now you have a 7th subject, or however you plan your year if you're a teacher. I am unsure if I need this amount of space next year. It is possible because I am designing all of Jack's high school courses, and there is a lot of information that I need to write down for each day. But when I had 3 kids, it was perfect. 2 for Emma, 2 for Lucy, 2 for Jack, and then I would have a note space. Now you just have an extra space here, so you can use that however you want. So this is how it's going to go, and I am interested to see how the end of the calendar works, or the end of the month with the weekly planning pages, because they changed how it works in the life planner. And it does look like instead of going after the August tab for this one, it's behind the July tab. I don't think that it necessarily is that big of a deal. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So you get to the end of the month, and then you have 2 line pages, and then you move into your next month's dashboard layout. So you have the dashboard over here with this blank section, no lines up here, your to-do list, dates to remember in August, and a little bit of note space here, and then note space here. And then you are moving into August, beautiful yellow, and it starts with Monday, August 4th here. I think it's just going to depend on how the calendar falls, where your last week of the month is, but we can kind of go through that together. So then you get to the end of the month, again, 2 line pages, which is perfect. I mean, it's perfect if you are doing any sort of reverse record keeping and want to just jot some things down. There are some weeks that I am not planning out homeschool, and on those weeks, I will just write down everything that my kids are doing on each individual day, so I can keep track of it. It's just reverse record keeping instead of planning in advance. I love that there is so much line space in this planner, and I don't necessarily think that you would need, I wouldn't necessarily need extra line space. However, if I were doing a lot of units or a lot of individual subjects with my kids instead of using specific curriculum for subjects, I might need more line space. But I do really, really like that they have the option to add more line pages. So then you move into October. And see here, the first week in October, Monday and Tuesday are September, and it's behind the October tab. So it's just going to depend on the month where the weeks fall. And I know that there's a rhyme and reason to it. It's hard for me to wrap my head around. No. So then we'll get to November. And I'm just going to kind of flip through these a little bit so that you can see the different colors. This is the only color that they've changed this year. December, it used to be more of a lime green, like this color. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but now it is what they're calling apple. And I love this color. This looks like camouflage to me. I said the same thing in my preview, but I really do like this. Let me see. Yeah, so before it was more of this lime green color, and now it's this apple color. And then we get to January. February. I love this color. We have March, April, May, June, and then they do give you July, so this of the next year. So this is a 13-month calendar. I think that your choices for start dates are July through June, August through July, September through August, or January through December. I believe those are the 4 options for start dates. That it is only a 12-month calendar, but it is actually 13 months now. They started doing this 13 months. I feel like maybe in 2021. So it is nice to just have a little bit of extra space in the back. And it does go through the entire month. And then you get to your 2 end of month lined pages, and then you get into the checklist section. This checklist section has not changed, and the way that I always use this when my kids were in elementary was I would list everything that I wanted them to cover within a month, and I wrote all of the days down here, like on the side, for every single day of the month. And every day that they were doing a particular chore, if they were doing reading, if they were doing grammar, if they were doing nature study, I would just check it off. This gave me a great overview of what we did in a month, and it also allowed me on my monthly reset day to come back and say, oh, okay, well, we did 2 days of science this month. We probably should up that in the next month. And it was very, very helpful for me to see what we were doing, especially if I didn't think we were actually getting a lot done, to see all of the different check marks. I'm not sure how many checklist pages you can add in. I have 10 checklist pages here. So you could do 10 months, and you could, if you have multiple kids, you can kind of just divide this into how many kids you have. If you want to use it the same way that I did, you can add in additional checklist pages. Let me just see if I can figure out. I'm not sure how many you can add on, but you can add on either more checklist pages. You will get these regardless of if you choose to add on checklist pages. They're still giving you these, but the other options are lined, productivity, or extracurricular. My assumption is that you'd be able to add in 20 more pages of those, because that's what you can add in to the life planner. For the teacher planner, line, productivity, extra checklists, or extracurricular. So then you get to the end of the planner, and you have some stickers, which I really love all of these stickers. They're gold foil accents, lots of fun stickers for pretty much however you want to use them. I love all the label stickers. I use them a lot. You have your folder in the back here, and then you do have the option of getting up to 3 of these. Well, in the past, you've been able to get up to 3 of these sheet protectors, and I typically like to get 3 so I can have 1 for each of my kids, but I only have 1 here, which is totally okay. And then they give you the stickers, and they have July 2025 through December 2026, so you can put the stickers on however you want to use them. These used to have gold foil, I feel like. So this is what the stickers used to look like. And they actually seemed a little bit sturdier. The sticker paper is a little bit thinner to me here, but still giving you exactly what you need. It lists the date, so you don't have to figure out when the holidays are. You already know. So this is the horizontal teacher planner. I am so excited about the changes that they have. Again, when I heard that they were taking out the graph pages, I was a little concerned, but I really like my idea of using this as kind of an ideal schedule and blocking off time, kind of figuring out time blocking for our week, which I do a lot of anyways, but it would be good to also have it in here just to kind of keep myself accountable to it, and also to check in and change things as needed. I absolutely love that they took the months off. I mean, I feel like they could have had it go July through June, but obviously that doesn't make a lot of sense if your planner starts in August or September or January. So having them blank and just giving you the option to put your stickers in yourself is so, so good. You can get the monthly sticker books and they will have, well, I've used them, but let me see if I can find one that doesn't. So they usually release a monthly sticker book every year, and you can still get these. I think this is last year's edition 10, and you can take these beautiful foil stickers and use them to label the months. Or what I have actually done was get these Planner Kate month stickers. I like the Jack font, and this is what I use. I think I bought maybe 10 of these and I use them for all of my labeling of the different boxes. So love, love, love all of the changes. I do have the rose gold coil. I can't remember if I mentioned that at the beginning. You can choose platinum, which is the traditional coil that comes with every planner. And then if you want to upgrade, you can get gold, rose gold, or the multicolor, which is like a blue, purple, pinky color. They came out with that a couple of years ago, so it's different than the sunset coil from last year. I love the rose gold coil so, so much. It is a $10 upcharge. You can choose your cover. They do have some fun new options for covers that correspond to the new designs. The other interior design option is pastel minimal, which I am not sure about. I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's really similar to the bouquet or if they have like a different design. I have not seen that at all, so I can't really tell you what it looks like. You do have the horizontal version, which is what I have, or the vertical option, which they came out with last year. So I'm not sure if they have made any changes to the vertical layout. Last year, it was the first year that they had a vertical layout, and this was a lot of space for the weekend. So I'm not sure if they've combined Saturday and Sunday now, or if the design is exactly the same. I haven't seen any changes with the vertical layout, so it might be the same. I will probably come back and do kind of a comparison of all three of the planners, but I did want to get this review up for you. I'm really, really excited about the changes that they've made. Again, I am unsure if this will be my planner for next year, which is a big shift for me because I've been using it for 10 years and I just don't know if I need as much space in the weekly planning section. I might go down to the softbound planners, and they do have softbound options coming out. They've gotten rid of the Focus collection, but they do still have the horizontal softbound as well as the vertical. And the softbound is 8x10 and it has the same layout. The only difference is you can't add in any pages because it's bound and it has like a ribbon bookmark, but I might be able to get away with a smaller planner next year. We will see. We will see. I will probably get one of the softbound options because the covers for the softbound, if you've been watching any of my planner videos, I shared that I'm really loving navy blue right now, and they have a navy blue softbound planner that looks so beautiful. So we will see. We will see. I probably will be putting in an order because I definitely want to get Too Cool for School new sticker book. I love that. I always love the sticky notes that they have. I have to see all of that stuff. Plus I need my sticker sheets that I haven't ordered yet. So I need to get some of those because I use those as I'm setting up my planner as well. Lots of stuff to come that I will definitely be sharing with you. But I am super excited about this launch. This is my favorite launch. I mean, I love the Life Planner and I've been using the Life Planner longer than the Teacher Planner. But the Teacher Planner and homeschool planning is just, it has my heart. And so I love doing this review every year. They are not making any changes to the homeschool planner. It is exactly the same as it has been. But like I said, I think I will come in and do a review of all three planners just to share everything and all of my thoughts, but I wanted to get this one up for you. Please let me know if you have questions. I would love to help you out. If I know the answer, I will let you know. And if you are planning on ordering something on EC Insider Launch Day, I would love it if you would use my affiliate link. It does not cost you anything extra to use that. The only thing I would ask if you do use it, if you could also fill out the Google form that I have linked in the description box. My sales are not tracking through the Erin Condren affiliate links, unfortunately, and that would be super helpful for me. So thank you guys again so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're looking for more help and encouragement around home and homeschooling and goals, I would love for you to come check out my membership community. That link is always in the description box. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.